This presentation is about lowering credit card processing rates for nonprofits, what you need to look for, and how you can lower them. Why do you pay what you pay? Your rate is determined not only by the type of card presented, which is really by what the consumer pulls out of their wallet, but also the terms of your contract and factors such as technology. For example, the type of data that you collect in an online form is not necessarily the same data that's passed through the processor, and this can affect your rate. A current trend is that consumers really want to pay as they go. Debit card use is now nearly 50% of all transactions. And the old price plans that nonprofits run don't necessarily enable merchants to take advantage of the rates that are available to them in the marketplace today. The first thing you need to know is how to calculate your effective rate. Basically, it's your fees divided by net sales. And I have an example here that's 3% because it's very common for nonprofits to have a rate of 3% or higher. In this example, I'm using PayPal, which has a 1.9% and 30 cents an item fee. And basically, I call this the single payer setup. The effective rate works out to be 3.1%. And these numbers are based only for organizations processing more than $100,000 per month as of June 2009. So all of my examples are really based on those types of volumes. In wholesale or interchange plus pricing, there's a number of fees. There's a percentage of the transaction, a per item fee, dues and assessments, merchant discount, auth fee. The cross-border and Visa and International, those would apply to both Visa to both PayPal as well as any other type of price plan. Everyone's breaking those numbers out. But the AVS fees and some others may or may not. It sounds like a lot more, but it's really not, because the difference is that it's transparent pricing. When you have lump sum pricing like the one I just showed at 1.9%, everything has to be averaged up because the processor must make sure that they are going to cover their costs regardless of the type of card presented. In wholesale pricing, you get the full spread of all the different types of interchange rates that are available. The two that I'm going to show right now are for the credit rate and for the debit rate based on Visa, card not present, or e-commerce transactions for nonprofits. And the reason I did this is because for the merchant reviews that I just did for some clients of mine, 96% of all their transactions fall into these two categories for Visa, which is also the majority of the type of cards they accept, that are presented. MasterCard rates are a little bit higher, but again, the Visa transactions far outnumber their MasterCard. So these are very real numbers for my example because it's based on a real client results. So we have the interchange of 1.43%, and then we have the per item fee and auth fee, AVS, merchant discount, gateway. Now these numbers can vary for different people, but basically we come up with an effective rate of 2.77%. Now when we look at this on a debit, the only change here, but it's huge, is now the interchange is 0.80%. Remember, the single payer or PayPal was 1.9%, so this is exactly half. We come up with an effective rate of 2.17%. Now, the reality is a single percentage rate with a per item is always the highest cost payment processing. In our example, it came out to be 3.1%, our credit was 2.77, and our debit was 2.17. Those are based on real client examples. The reality is you're going to fall somewhere in between the 2.17 and the 2.77 because of the different type of mix of cards that you accept overall, or I should say, again, the type of cards that are presented to you. If you do have card present transactions because you do a lot of events, ask us about our least cost routing technology, which will save you even more. Why call 3D Merchant Services? because getting the right deal and the right contract are only part of the solution. You need someone who understands the intricacies of the interchange system and it can help you permanently manage these payment processing costs. We work with our customers on a monthly, quarterly, annual basis to ensure that they have all the things in place that they need to hit these different rates. If you don't see 0.80% on your merchant statement, if you don't see 1.43% on your merchant statement, then you don't have the best price plan possible for your nonprofit, and you need to give us a call. Thank you.